From WKOW, coming to you live in HD. This is 27 News at 6. We've got you covered.
Laid off, but not outsourced. Tonight, a Wisconsin company responds to a 27 News investigation. Why their claim doesn't quite add up. Good evening, I'm Amber Noggle.
I'm Greg Jeske. A Wisconsin company says it did not outsource state jobs after receiving millions of dollars in tax credits from the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation.
Plexus Corporation of Neenah made the public statement after a 27 News investigation. Capitol Bureau Chief Greg Newman broke that story and has more on the response in tonight's Capitol Report.
A Plexus spokesperson finally responded to our request for a comment on that July 9th story this morning, but what she told us doesn't match up with federal records. The Plexus Corporation broke its silence on the issue of outsourcing Wisconsin jobs last Thursday. In a news release entitled Plexus Commitment to Wisconsin, a company spokesperson wrote, "These jobs were not moved to Plexus locations outside of the U.S., but instead were lost from Plexus altogether as the result of the customer's decision to move its programs to our competitors' locations outside of the U.S." But a U.S. Department of Labor decision tells a different story. All 116 employees Plexus laid off qualified for federal trade adjustment assistance benefits awarded, quote, because the worker's firm has shifted to a foreign country the production of an article like or directly competitive with the article produced by the workers. Translation, the work was outsourced. Those layoffs came just a week after the company announced $609 million in 2012 third-quarter revenues, something Plexus CEO Dean Fote called a record revenue level for the company. And the level of Fote's personal revenue from the company has nearly doubled in the last 4 years. In 2009, Plexus awarded him with an overall compensation package of $2.1 million, which ballooned to $4.1 million in 2013. Overall executive pay at the company more than doubled during that time, from $4.3 million to almost $10 million. Plexus has been awarded close to 5 of a possible $15 million in tax credits from WEDC. Yesterday, Governor Scott Walker voiced his support for a ban on WEDC awards to companies that outsource Wisconsin jobs, a proposal the board is expected to vote on in September. Greg?
All right, thanks. Police today released the name of the man who was found dead in the mill pond in Lake Mills last weekend. They say 18-year-old Devin Droster's body was discovered at about 6:45 Sunday night near Bartles Beach. Police have yet to release any information on how he died. Anyone who knows anything about the case is asked to call Lake Mills Police.
Janesville police are investigating an armed robbery that happened just after midnight. The department released this surveillance video from the Baymont Inn on Midland Road. You can see 3 suspects approach the front desk with guns pointed at the employee. One suspect then jumps over the counter and takes cash from the register. 2 suspects are black males between 5'11" and 6'2". The other suspect is a white male between 5'9" and 5'10". Anyone with information should contact Janesville Police.
It's been quiet through most of the afternoon, but it's going to turn unsettled this evening. But we've had warm temperatures up to now. Here's the temperature trend in Madison. Started off in the 60s this morning, but we went well into the 70s this afternoon, almost touching the 80-degree mark. Our Doppler camera still shows a quiet weather scene looking out over the downtown area of Madison. We're partly sunny and 76 degrees. Winds are northwest at 8 miles per hour. 27 storm track Doppler radar shows showers with some embedded thunderstorms heading southeastward across the area. And as we go in closer, you can see those showers are fairly numerous across much of Sauk County and western portions of Columbia County. They're moving into Dane County, and Madison will see that activity soon. Forecast then for this evening, partly cloudy skies. We'll see a few scattered showers and thunder showers, mainly in the 70s. And tonight we'll see that activity come to an end, turning partly cloudy, a low near 56. I'll be back with a complete 7-day forecast a little bit later.
Today, the jury in a federal infant kidnapping trial in Madison saw the plastic tote in which the missing baby was found and also heard a dramatic 911 call. Tony Galley has more as Kristen Smith's trial nears its conclusion.
Kristen Smith's attorney says she had permission from baby Caden Powell's father to take the infant from Beloit to Colorado in February. But when Bruce Powell testified today at this courthouse, he was never asked if he granted that crucial permission. Powell and the teen mother of baby Caden, Brianna Marshall, arrived at the courthouse today hand in hand. Marshall testified she initially thought her brother Byron stole baby Caden to thwart any plans to move the infant to Colorado. And jurors heard a 911 call from the morning of the kidnapping where Marshall stood up for her half-sister Smith.
She's claiming that she hasn't had the kid, correct?
No, she didn't take my son.
But the night before the kidnapping, both Marshall and Powell testified Smith gave them unspecified pain pills, which basically knocked them out as their baby disappeared. Both parents testified today they were overcome with emotion when an FBI agent told them their baby was found alive in Iowa. And jurors today also saw video of Kristen Smith at an Iowa gas station the morning of the kidnapping and saw the plastic tote an Iowa police chief found the baby in sub-zero temperatures alive near that very gas station. This case could go to the jury tomorrow. Reporting live from the federal courthouse in Madison, Tony Galley, 27 News.
Thanks, Tony.
Wisconsin Supreme Court takes up 3 major cases on Thursday. The court plans to issue its ruling on the collective bargaining changes approved by the legislature in 2011. They'll also take up a pair of rulings challenging the 2011 law requiring voters to show a photo ID at the polls. And the court will decide a case challenging the state's domestic partner registry.
Wisconsin school districts are coming out against Governor Walker's call for a change to the state's curriculum standards. Walker issued a statement last week asking the legislature to repeal Common Core and replace it with standards set by the public. Wisconsin school districts say they've already spent $25 million on Common Core development, and the director says a change in curriculum would be counterproductive.
Representative Mark Pocan introduces his second bill to lessen the burden on people with student loans. Known as the Relief for Underwater Student Borrowers Act, Pocan's bill expands on the pay-as-you-earn program and would allow people who have been repaying their loans on time to have the remaining balance forgiven, tax-free after 20 years, no matter their profession.
We need to address this in every possible way, not only on refinancing student loan rates, not only on lowering rates, but also on making sure we're dealing with people who are underwater on their loans.
Pocan's bill would apply to the 1.5 million people enrolled in the income-based repayment program and the pay-as-you-earn program.
The Madison Finance Committee wants to significantly cut the public investment in the Judge Doyle Square project. The Wisconsin State Journal reports tonight the current public investments at about $47 million. To reduce that, the committee is recommending scaling back the project's size. The entire $174 million proposal includes a new hotel, commercial space, housing, and parking at the site just south of the Capitol Square.
The Department of Workforce Development highlights the success of a rapidly growing program today. The Retail Employees with Disabilities Initiative, or READY program, provides those with disabilities on-the-job training at Walgreens stores throughout the state. A celebration was held today for the 2 most recent graduates of the program in Janesville.
Alyssa and Brooke, thank you for your dedication, your perseverance, even when the work was hard, and for your unique senses of humor. You always kept me on my toes. I'm proud of both of you, and I know that you will both go on to do great things.
The READY program started in Milwaukee back in 2012 and is now being used at Walgreens stores in 16 other Wisconsin cities.
Here's one of the stories we'll have new tonight at 10. A local no-kill animal shelter is struggling to pay the bills after taking in a litter of puppies, most of which are seriously sick. As the medical bills stack up, volunteers have begun footing the bill. Their efforts to save those dogs and how you can help them tonight at 10.
And still ahead here at 6 o'clock, whacking weeds by the ton. Look at how new equipment is reducing algae and phosphorus in Madison area lakes.
Plus, the state fair is so close you can almost taste those cream puffs. We're going to check out a new phone app that'll tell you everything you need to know before you go.